He said it appears that the God of Africa has specially created so much for a Pan-African. He has specially created the Igbo nation to lead the children of Africa out of the bondage of the ages. This way his words, I'm quoting him verbatim. A person who is talking about all of us are one Africa, telling you that his own ethnic group is better than every other person and is the one that will change everything, tells me that he's deceiving me. That's why I don't rate Zeke as a Pan-African. I rate him as an ethnic jingoist. I rate him as an Igbo politician, but never as a Pan-African. In that speech, he talked about the superiority of the Igbos. Then in that same speech, he talked about the victimhood of the Igbo, saying that we have become the victims of this. We have been taxed without representation. Meanwhile, in 1947, the Governor General of Nigeria released a statement. I read it here the other day. I don't have to read it now. The Governor General of the Federation of Nigeria at the time had said that the North pays more taxes, the East pays the least, but the East clamors for everything more than everybody. In other words, they have learned something in the 1940s. That if we use this thing of we don't have anything, we are bad, we don't have federal presence, we don't have anything here, you are not doing anything for us, Nigeria doesn't like us, that it will somehow twist the government to do something for them, which is what you see to now. Today, despite having second Niger bridge, despite using your own hands to burn down federal facilities in the name of, because you heard that they're going to bring IDPs into Imo State, burnt down National Open University, despite doing all of those things, they will tell you that there is no federal presence in the Eastern region today. There are federal colleges of education, federal polytechnics, federal universities all over the five southeastern states. But what does the Igbo person tell you? Tells you there's no federal presence. Why? He heard it from Biafra Radio Biafra, but he also believes it. Why? The man who is telling you on Radio Biafra, where did he hear it from? He did not start it. Whatever Nnamdi Kanu said about federal government presence not being in the eastern region, Azikiwe said it in 1949. It's the same rhetoric that was this man's name, Ojukwu, used. They hate us, they don't like us because we are Christians, which is the exact same thing Chimamanda said in the recent interview when he said because they were Christians, which is the most ridiculous thing to say, that you had the war because the north was Muslim and the east was Christian. The person who led the war was a Christian, Yakubu Gowon. Yakubu means Jacob. That's why they call him Jack. So when you reduce everything to they hate me but I'm better, they hate me but I'm better, you cannot tell me it's one person thinking like that. If you don't think like that, I'll respect you, but I'll tell you this for free: you are the exception to the rule. The rule is that you are better than all of us. Meanwhile, the point is, when people say they are better, let me tell you what they're really doing. They are trying to make up for a lack. There's something they lack. In other words,